Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you've seen and if you want to see more. Coming up in this episode, Halton signs a new deal at HKR. The Thunder versus Bulls Friday night pre-Magic Weekend game. Catalans Dragons have their owner suspended for the 4th game in a row. And results and scorers from the West versus Eels game in the NRL. Let's now turn our attention to the West Tigers versus Parramatta Eels, as Saturday saw one game in the NRL with one game left of this make-up session of the NRL being put into place. West Tigers have slumped to 15th on the table and sit just 2 points clear of last place Gold Coast Titans as they confront the harsh reality of missing finals rugby for the 11th straight year. After the high of back-to-back wins of the Eels and Rabbitohs in round 6 and 7, the Tigers have lost 7 of their next 8 games and parted company with coach Michael Maguire. The Eels have lost their past 3 and 2 of their past 3 and need to get back on track if they are to secure that all-important top 4 spot. With clashes against the Storm, Panthers, Rabbitohs and Broncos twice still to come, Brad Arthur's men need to take care of business against an opponent down on confidence and struggling to find points. So, on to the teams, as we see West Tigers skipper Jason Tarmo, who had initially been named to return from a calf injury, dropped out of the team on Friday. His place in the starting lineup has been taken by Fanua Pole and Austin Diaz joining the bench. Veteran winger Ken Muimalo is out with a knee injury, while Junior Tupou takes his place. Adam Duihi returns to the starting lineup at centre as he expects James Roberts, while New South Wales under-19s Origin representative Justin Matamua takes his debut off the bench along with Jacob Liddell, who returns to the 17 this week after he was the 18th man against the Warriors. Alex Seyfarth is the 18th man this week. The Eels, Ryan Matterson had been named to return from a rib injury, but with a late withdrawal on Friday, Maki Hesse Makatoa was promoted to the starting side, and Nathan Brown joining the bench. With Junior Paulo in the Blues camp, Marata Nuikore steps up into the starting lineup at prop. Skipper Clint Goverson was part of Brad Fittler's extended New South Wales squad, but he was released to lead the Eels. Jacob Arthurs is the 18th man. And it was a win for the Parramatta Eels in the end after they won a close one, 28 points to 20. After West had opened the scoring with Famanu Browns going over on the 15th minute and Dane Laurie going over on the 25th minute, it was one-way traffic after this for the Parramatta Eels for the next 45 minutes of the game. Regan Campbell-Ginnard responded on the 30th minute with a try for the Eels. Mika Sivo went over and Reid Mahoney as well, just before half-time. After half-time, it was Mitchell Moses who scored on the 42nd minute, with Isaiah Papali'i scoring on the 67th minute. David Nufalumo scored twice on what was giving hope for the West Tigers to come close to the victory, but goal kicking from the edge and also a sin binning from Justin Matamawa set the seal on the game for Eels to come out victorious. And we start today with that news that Frankie Halton has been confirmed to have signed a new 2-year extension that keeps the Island international forward at the Selwyn Group Craven Park until the end of 2025. Halton debuted for the Robins in round 1 against Wigan Warriors and became a standout performer for the club, making 15 appearances and scoring 13 tries in the first season at KR. Initially beginning his career with the Lee Academy, Halton left the Centurions setup to join amateur side Lee Miners Rangers in 2018. From there, the second rower rose through the ranks to rejoin the professional game through Swinton and Featherstone before signing for HKR in 2022. Since his debut, Halton has become an integral part of the Robins lineup, known for his tireless defending and tackle-breaking drives upfield. Following his meteoric start to life at Hull KR, Halton has been rewarded with a new deal after the club fought off NRL interest to keep the star back rower in East Hull. It's a real relief. I can knuckle down now knowing I'm going to be here for the next few years and put all my energy into KR and get us to where we should be. I'm really excited about the next 3 years. In pre-season, I came in and got injured in the first session because I was carrying an injury. I missed the first month of pre-season and then the last month while all our friendlies were going on. Pre-season was up and down, but I got into the Wigan game on the back of a few injuries in the squad, so I took my chance and I've never looked back from there. While the road to Super League hasn't been straightforward for the dangerous second rower, Halton now feels he's found himself a home in Hull. I'm loving it. I think it helps coming from a club like KR. I've settled in really well with the club, with the team, the club, and the city as well. Hull feels like home, and I think that's helped me on the pitch too. Rocking up to training every day and enjoying the people that you work with, and I think that's a big help as well. Halton is the latest star to commit his future to the club, with Elliot Minchella, Jez Litton, Matty Staunton, Rowan Milnes, Mikey Lewis all signed up until at least the end of 2023. And he thinks the club should be winning trophies in the next few years with the personnel they're bringing in and retaining where the club is going off the pitch as well. We've been a bit up and down with injuries and form, but as a whole, the club is going in the right direction. If we can push to get in the 6 this year and then push to be a top 4 team in the coming years, we should be competing for silverware. It's good Danny Maguire has signed a 3-year deal too, and to work with him and Willie Peters next year, it's an exciting time to be at the club. It is Magic Weekend this weekend, and Catalans face Warrington Wolves on Sunday, but going to the game without their owner in the director's box in support. Bernard Gouache has been suspended from attending matches involving Catalans Dragons for 4 weeks and fined £12,500, with £5,000 of which is suspended for breaching the RFL's operational rules following the club's Betfred Super League fixture against the Huddersfield Giants on June 3rd. Monsieur Gouache has been fined £10,000, of which £2,500 was suspended for his comments about the match referee after their 2021 Super League Grand Final last autumn. That £2,500 suspended fine has been added to the £10,000 fine imposed for this offence, of which £5,000 has been suspended until the end of the 2023 season and will be activated if he's found guilty for any further offence involving match official or breach of the RFL's respect policy. The suspension began after the game against Castleford on June the 27th, so will expire following the home game against Warrington Wolves on July the 10th, which is the Magic Weekend. The incident on June the 3rd involved Mr. Gouache using offensive language and questioning the integrity of a match official and making physical contact. In a statement the RFL put out, they said, "The agreed decision stresses this type of behaviour has no place in the sport of rugby league. Pursuant to the RFL's respect policy, rugby league prides itself on being a family game which is inclusive, uncompromising and passionate, and the principles of respect set out the obligations on all participants to maintain the game's high standards. Mr. Gouash's actions clearly fell well below acceptable standards in respect of adherence with that policy in respect policy. Furthermore, this is Mr. Gouash's second incident of matters involving match officials in 12 months. A statement that was echoed on both the RFL's website and Catalans Dragons website. Mr. Gouash has accepted his responsibility in this matter and has put in place a plan to ensure that the match officials are safe and not approached in such a manner by anyone, especially directors, whilst at the Catalans Dragons Stadium in the future. So with Magic Weekend taking centre stage in Rugby League's Northern Hemisphere, it has been the championship games between Newcastle Thunder and their opponents, which have become the unofficial curtain raisers for the event as a whole. This weekend saw Friday night's game between Newcastle Thunder facing Bradford Bulls, with a game that had stories on both sides of the fence leading up to the game. First of all, Bradford had Mark Dunning confirmed as their head coach for the next 18 months, which starts off this week after his interim position ended on a bad result against Leigh Centurions at 56 points to 6. Newcastle Thunder, though, have had Josh Woods come into the side again after tragedy hit his family, as his younger brother Ben Woods died in an incident that happened away on holiday, and we send our deepest condolences to him and his family. So, with the teams, it is confirmed that Josh Woods does take his place at scrum half for the Newcastle Thunder, with Jake Shorrocks playing at standoff. There's a sprinkling of ex-Wigan all the way across this team, everywhere that you look, with the sorts of Amila Hanley being centre, with Sam Halsall in the other centres, Shorrocks and Woods being ex-Wigan, and off the bench we have Tom Forber on loan from Wigan, as well as Mitch Clark, who was at Wigan last year. Craig Mullen at fullback will be looking to impress, with Gideon Boafo the scoring threat out wide for Newcastle. New forward Alex Foster joins the squad. Ollie Roberts starts for the team, with Lewis Peachy going to loose forward. Ukuma Tai is on the bench also. For Bradford Bulls, we see Sam Hallis returning to his old stomping ground after he moved clubs earlier this season to move back closer towards his home. He'll be joined in a big forward pack on and off the bench with Anthony Walker, Sammy Kabula and Jordan Baldwinson, looking to cause dents in the Thunder's defensive line. George Flanagan Sr. is the interchange bench. He'll come off he'll come on for Thomas Doyle at certain points in the game as acting halfback, with Ben Evans and Dan Ed Fleming helping out. Deck Patton and Jordan Lilly have been consistent all year and will be looking for the ammunition to send David Foggin Johnston and Ryan Miller over the try line. It was Newcastle that opened the scoring as Johnson went in over on the left edge. After a great over-the-top ball from Josh Woods, found his winger in some space, and he had a little bit of work to do, but did enough to get past Foggin Johnson to score in the corner. Great catch, great handoff, great strength, and scoring to set the game off with the opening try of the day. After initial set-up play, Newcastle was back in again. Josh Wood's ball was finally found its way out to Johnson, who was stopped just outside the Bradford try line, and Josh Eaves went over for the score to make it 12 points to 0 to Newcastle Thunder. A penalty from Joe Shorrocks did a 14 points to 0 scoreline, but Bradford came back. Their first try of the game came to their left edge as the ball worked out to Miller, was spectacularly dived on over the line for their first try of the game. Unfortunately, Det Patton couldn't convert the extras, so it was 14 points to 4 in favour of Newcastle. Bradford were back in again after Jordan Lilly's ball was fumbled by Mullen, and Fogging Johnson went over underneath the sticks to decrease the disadvantage to Bradford to 14 points to 8, which was made 14 points to 10 by Det Patton. This got Newcastle's dander up and they went in again for 18 points to 10. And this time it was Shorrocks himself. It's Jake Shorrocks, not Josh Shorrocks. After a good ball by Forber on off the bench, found with a bit of deception, found Jake Shorrocks, who went over to score the third try for Newcastle. Just before half-time, Sam Halton went over for 24 points to 10. It was all off his own work after he found a gap through using his strength to find the space in the back line of Bradford. But Elliot Keir's tackle got Thunder in position, but saved Bradford for a try for a minute. And Josh Woods passed into the gap for Sam Halton to run the angle on to score his first try of the game. Great ball by Woods. Absolutely fantastic. 24 points to 10 at half-time became 28 after Josh Woods found some space out wide, and Halton found his winger Johnson once again, who had the pace and composure to cut back inside to score Newcastle's first try of the half and 5th of the game. That composure did him really well. Newcastle were in once again to move it to 34 points to 10, and this time it was a short ball to Day, and Bradley Day went over, and the number 18 was very happy with the try. Newcastle's third try of the game came from Boafo, who went in over in the right corner after a scrum play kept Newcastle camped in the Bradford half, and 40 was up. And Boafo has now 23 tries in his 32 games during his short career in rugby league. Only been playing 2 seasons. The forwards of Newcastle were rampaging forward, with Bradley Day getting into the 20-metre line after a break from halfway. And the following run from Mitch Clark was equally as destructive to set up a position for more points for Newcastle. It was just a simple one-pointer to settle the nerves down a little for Josh Woods. There was still time for Newcastle to get on the point scoring once again, and it was Alex Foster who dove over after the halfbacks Woods and Shorrocks set up the play close to the Bradford line. It was a good day for Newcastle, and there's still about 15 to 20 minutes left. The final point scoring went to a debutant after Bradley Day had sucked in the Bradford forwards, and the hustling and bustling caused the Bradford player to lose composure and not do his job at marker. Tom Forber got over for his debut try on his first senior appearance. And what a day in Newcastle as they ran out 53 points to 10 victors ahead of Bradford Bulls. Do have to say this though, Bradford fans might be a little concerned, having scored 16 points in 2 games while conceding 109. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. This is episode 1 of 2 that will be shown today because of Magic Weekend. We are going to have the highlights of the 3 games later on in the evening, so stay tuned for any updates when that comes. Tell me what your thoughts are of today's episode. The Eels winning, coming up against the West Tigers side that nearly got the win, nearly got there, but left it too late and was too squidgy in the middle, shall we call it that? Game's still going on, but there's only 1:30 left, as well as a dropout. Anyway, Frankie Halton's new deal. HKR fans, are you excited about that? Bernard Gouache missing the 4th game in a row, his final match ban. Magic Weekend, where it would have been the most visible. What else? What else? Newcastle fans, a great win. But Bradford fans, are you a bit disheartened about what's going on? You tell me. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've seen the new sting because of, the new outro, which is coming up again at the end of this video. I'm very pleased with it. I did it myself. Ooh. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as helping grow the game. But in the meantime, please stay safe. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next episode.